How does the BRRRR technique help you build a successful real estate portfolio? Just imagine yourself attending a real estate investing networking event and you overhear someone saying BRRRR. There is a probability that your colleague is not commenting on the temperature of the room, but rather is discussing a popular investing strategy known as the BRRRR method. Though its name sounds weird, it is actually a real estate investment strategy. The BRRRR method is perfect for those who are looking to invest in real estate and do not want to leave it up to a third party. When using this method, you take on more risk, but can also reap higher rewards. Those who are comfortable with this level of risk have the funds for an initial down payment and are willing to spend time looking into stocks that will be great candidates for this strategy. So, if you are one of these people, then you are watching the right video. Exclusive for our Real Estate Real Talk members, we are going to talk about how the BRRRR strategy can help you build a successful real estate portfolio. But before we get into the good part, first, let us talk about what BRRRR method is. So the BRRRR investing technique is not some random word. It actually means buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. The BRRRR investment strategy entails buying distressed real estate and rehabilitating it, then renting it out, refinancing it at a good interest rate, and repeating the process over and over to build a great portfolio. You're getting back your initial investment with these properties through providing some labor upfront, but trying to achieve passive income in the future. The BRRRR method may seem easy, but there are some important details to be aware of if you want the best chance for success. And here is what you need to know about each step and how to do it correctly. The BRRRR method starts with buying a property for a cheap price to fix it up and make it profitable. You also perform a deal analysis to make sure that the sale will be worth it when you do decide to put the property on the market. Try not to get emotionally attached or be greedy when looking into buying different properties, because sometimes, no matter how good the deal may seem, it would have been better not to purchase them in the end. After purchasing rundown properties, have the property rehabilitated. Make some repairs that will attract renters, such as updated kitchens and bathrooms, roof and drywall repairs, and some additional bedrooms. Though not all repairs will pay off, still, some tend to offer a high return on investment. Keep in mind that your goal is to finish the renovation as quickly as possible in order to start generating income faster. Some of the features you might want to consider adding are safety features, amenities, and livable space. It's important to remember that this is not a home you plan to be buying up. It's a rental property. Once the rehabilitation phase of a property is done, it will operate in a tenancy cycle or the rental phase of the process. This phase may include screening, selecting, managing turnover, and repairing requests. The difficulty of owning rental properties can be a daunting task and should be considered before taking on the responsibility. For the best results, make sure to screen your tenants through a credit report, income verification, and background check. And with thorough screening before renting a property, you are more likely to find a quality tenant quickly. This is also done to avoid the possibility of vacancies or bad tenants, which might lead to an increased risk of foreclosure. Aside from that, make sure you price your rent for the market and invest in renovating the unit. Remember that if you are planning on performing the BRRRR investment strategy, it is important to understand how intensive this method is, especially in the rehab phase. A large factor in this determination is whether or not you have the time and dedication required by the BRRRR method. If not, then it is unlikely that you will find success without this. When your property has been completely renovated, you can create a plan to refinance it. In the BRRRR method, refinancing can be quite difficult as certain lenders have specific requirements for refinancing. There are two options: cash out refinance or debt cancellation. We suggest selecting the former of these two options. If you choose this option, you can use the equity in your home to buy more homes. You will also want to note the seasoning period, which is how long you must own your property before the lender considers refinancing against its retail value. Some banks will not finance single-family homes for rental properties, but investors can typically find a lender that suits their needs through their network. Nevertheless, it is important to consider all options. If the refinance does not go as planned, you need a plan B. A recession may make it difficult to secure financing, or your home could end up appraising for less than what it was worth before. Ideally, all of your investments go without a hitch. If they have, it's time to invest your initial investment in a new property. You can use the money from your cash-out refinance as a down payment for a new property, whose mortgage will eventually be covered by the monthly income from your first property. Repeat this cycle with each of your successes and profit off the rentals left over. With enough time and diligence, you'll become an expert investor and build a profitable portfolio, free of commitments to owning multiple properties. Now you are probably wondering, what makes the BRRRR investment strategy so popular? Well, it would not be so popular if it did not come with a whole list of benefits. The first advantage of following this strategy to build your real estate portfolio is a high return on investment. The goal of every real estate investor is to maximize their ROI by paying less for the property upfront. When done right, investing in distressed real estate can be a strong way to make money. And with the BRRRR method, you can turn a profit by renting out any improvements and the property. And since you are the one who is doing purchasing and planning, you can buy houses in a questionable state and quickly add equity. You can use the money you earn to expand your portfolio, or loan it out with many available home equity loans or lines of credit. It's important to remember that when pursuing a passive income strategy, the equity built up is often less than the initial investment. You need other strategies to avoid having cash flow off of an asset with no equity in the place. If you have recovered property to meet certain standards through the BRRRR method, then it is more likely that you will find top tenants. These tenants are willing to pay for the best property for their needs, and as a result, this can keep your costs low. Higher quality tenants often mean higher returns. And finally, to achieve economies of scale. The goal of the BRRRR method is to own multiple properties in a diversified portfolio. And when you diversify your portfolio, you can lower your average cost per property and reduce risks. Although the BRRRR method is all good and everything, no investing method is foolproof. This strategy does come with drawbacks. One is the probability of having an expensive loan. If you opt to use short-term financing to purchase a property, it may cause problems. Short-term loans may get you into over-leverage, and so it is best to know the risks. During rehab, expenses such as maintenance can be higher than expected as well. You should make sure that you know what you will do during periods of time when the property does not produce income. Aside from that, attempting to rehab property can be expensive, especially when dealing with all the headaches that come with it. Make sure you have the right resources and contingency plans before starting your project to reduce the chances of an unexpected issue or project turnaround. Also, the BRRRR strategy is associated with a longer time horizon. The first waiting period is during the rehab phase, where the investors must improve the property before they can place tenants and start earning income. The second waiting period is seasoning, which refers to when an investor must wait before a lender allows a cash-out refinance. This list is only to help you be aware of the potential risks associated with the BRRRR strategy. However, you should know that these points are not necessarily cons or disadvantages. Rather, they are warnings of what could happen if you are not careful with your investments and decisions. Now that we have presented you with all the things you need to know about the BRRRR technique, and if you have decided to use the BRRRR method for building your real estate portfolio, you need financing. How should you handle financial markets when purchasing rental homes? Although buying primary residence homes is a breeze, purchasing rental properties can be quite different. The first method that you can use is cash. Cash is a better way to fund your investments. With cash, you can avoid interest rates and maximize your real estate market potential. However, for some people, cash is not an option for purchase. Instead, a bank loan is the most common alternative. A bank loan is likely similar to your residential mortgage, but may have higher requirements in terms of credit scores and down payments. Experts recommend a credit score about 620 and a 15 to 35% down payment depending on the type of property you are buying. Another one is through a bridge loan. Bridge loans offer a flexible and efficient way for investors to secure financing for their investment property. This type of loan is more flexible than other loan types, since it is an asset-based loan that focuses on assets and collateral, rather than income and credit scores. Bridge financing allows investors to quickly buy a property before securing permanent financing at a later date. Aside from this, you can consider a hard money loan if you need the money fast and don't care what interest you pay. These loans have high interest rates and can use the property for collateral, rather than getting the money directly from the borrower. There are also private money loans you can receive from friends or family members to help finance the purchase of your real estate investment properties. Angel investors may give you the cash you need in exchange for a stake in your business. And lastly is through home equity loans. A home equity loan allows you to use the equity on your home to finance an investment property. However, to qualify for this loan, you need at least 20% equity in your home, and these loans can be up to 80% of a person's home equity. There are a lot of moving parts to this real estate investment strategy, and there is a possibility that a lot of things could go wrong. Doing your due diligence on the individual investment strategies utilized with the BRRRR investing method is imperative before trying to buy a property with the BRRRR method. Probably what you are so curious about right now is how much can you make with this real estate investment strategy. You can increase your return on investment when utilizing the BRRRR method if you buy the property right at a good price. However, you need to be mindful of the market because this will determine how well you are able to consistently find a house tenants. Essentially, how much you can make on investments with the BRRRR method depends on what leads you're able to find and nab over the course of your investment. Obviously, there are a number of factors influencing profit margins, financing methods, portfolio size, so it's important to be diligent and have a system in place for analyzing potential investments. Returns, profits, and results will vary dramatically when investing a property. The better you are at finding good leads, analyzing investments, and managing properties, the better your results will be. The BRRRR method isn't the only one within the field of real estate investing. And if you are still doubting the BRRRR investing technique, then there are some alternatives. One is its main alternative. We call it the traditional method, which involves the purchase of a property in good condition before its quick rental. This method allows you to collect rental income on the property, with which you can then cover your mortgage and then some. You can spend the extra money as you wish. It's often a good idea to use it on paying off your mortgage quickly and limiting interest accrual from mortgages. Typically, when you're purchasing a property in good condition, you end up paying more. Though it is easier and takes less effort than the BRRRR strategy, you are fronting the upfront cost and this limits your monthly rental income. However, while BRRRR may keep your monthly rent lower, it also provides you with less return at the end of the day. There are also other options for investing in real estate. One is to purchase an already built property and rent it out. This option requires less initial investment and a lower level of work than crowd-funded real estate. With crowd-funded property, a wide range of investors pools their money to buy the home. This reduces the amount of money needed for individual investments while providing a stream of income. Simply by following the fundamental principles that lead to successful BRRRR deals, you will learn the basics of real estate investing, and you will be well on your way to mastering wealth building through real estate endeavors. Thus, with more practice and repetition, you can become experts in this field. And with the right amount of research, work, and expertise, you can use the BRRRR method to build a successful real estate portfolio. There you have our Real Estate Real Talk video for today. What do you think about the BRRRR strategy? Which step would you find challenging? How about the most rewarding? So, when are you going to start if not today? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like this video. If you think that we have delivered value, please share this video with one person. Just one share is enough for us for you to show your appreciation for the commitment and hard work we all put together in creating this video that teaches and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. And you don't know that one share could go a long way. And keep in mind that no matter how many times you're going to watch this video, you won't see any results unless you take action. Goodbye and see you at the next one.